Hey folks, thanks for joining us for another exciting episode of r/stories. We've got a wild show for you tonight. Wild show, wild stuff. Okay, maybe not that wild. But I promise it will be entertaining. I've searched Reddit to handpick an exciting story to share tonight, full of juicy family drama, just like you love. Tonight's story comes to us courtesy of r/MaliciousCompliance. And here to share his story with us is Reddit user CyberOrbit. Everybody give it up for CyberOrbit. So Cyber, can I call you Cyber? Cyber, you ready to share your story with the world?
This happened roughly 5 years ago, just after I turned 18. My mother was running a small art supply shop in the small farming community I grew up in. She took this shop over after the original owners went bankrupt and sold it off. She was doing a pretty good job. Both of my parents are pretty business-minded and would make amazing business partners if they could stand being in the same room longer than 30 minutes. Just making a few silly choices here and there, and she got us kids to help out quite often. One visit during the Christmas holidays, I had come up from my dad's to stay for about a month. And my mother had the amazing idea to teach the 3 kids. Me, who had just turned 18. My brother, who was 16. And my stepsister, who was 8 at the time. About having a real job and printed up contracts for us to become employees under her. For my brother and sister, these were not worth the paper they were written on as they were under 18. But because I was 18 it would have been legally binding. That wasn't her intention at all. But I wasn't willing to take the risk. So I filled it out with complete BS. Putting my name down as Elvis, saying I had jail time, drawing a cat as a signature, etc. She went nuts at me. I was apparently being disrespectful and childish. And when I tried to explain myself I was told to shut up and not to talk back to her. The convo would go, word for word.
How could you do this? Why would you do something so stupid?
Because I'm...
Shut up. I'm still talking.
After this, it was dropped, and everyone carried on working like normal. Then, I started to notice small and stupid things Mom would yell at the kids for. They come in for lunch 5 minutes late. They are in breach of contract. A friend comes in and talks to them for 2 minutes. They are in breach of contract. They want to go to the movies with friends and have a proper holiday for just 1 day. You're in breach of contract. This is when I decided to read the contract. I didn't before as I had no intention of signing it. And it was ridiculous. The pay was minimum wage, minus travel cost and food. And came out to like $5 a week. No days off unless you were seriously sick. 30-minute lunch break in an 8-hour day. No personal communication during work hours. No food or drink while working. Arriving late and leaving early would be penalized. And these were just the worst ones I can remember. I decided this was total BS and I needed to teach her something. So using my limited legal knowledge from my IT degree, I rewrote the contract. Minimum mileage with travel reimbursed. Paid day off for something as little as a cold. 1-hour lunch break. Personal conversation allowed as long as I'm working at the same time. Leaving and arriving 20 minutes late or early caused no penalty. Also, due to my IT qualification, any hour I do any IT-related work gained double pay. Even if it was just for 5 minutes. The contract became void after 2 weeks. I was due to go home in 3. I took this new contract to my mom at the end of the week. Mom, I'm sorry for being a pain about the contract. So I read through it, corrected some mistakes I could see, and signed it for you.
Oh, thank you. I'll get that signed immediately and it will start on Monday. See, this is good to learn. I purposely left some mistakes for you to find. But neither of you read your contracts. Always read your contract carefully.
Sure enough, she signed it without reading it. Gave me a copy and I was employed for a few weeks. When it came about time to hand in our hours and get paid, my brother and sister went first. Got their $5 and were happy. When my turn came, I handed over a notebook with my detailed notes on every task I did, how long it took, and at the end, a bill for about $300. I had done a lot of IT work and overtime to fix her work computer. Then she hands me $5. This looks a bit light.
No, you get $5 because.
She goes through the rundown of the old contract spilling. Yes, but that's their contract, not mine. Check the notebook and contract. She checks the notebook, getting gradually more pissed off.
I am not paying you this. This is ridiculous.
But you signed the contract. You agreed to it. I hand her a copy of the signed contract. She reads the contract, then refuses to pay it, as she's my mother and
This is stupid.
rips it up. Then leaves with my siblings, leaving me to make my own way home. Since I've rambled on for a bit, I'll make the next bit short. I got a ride home in a cop car. I asked a favor at the station. Since I wanted my mother to learn a lesson, but I didn't want to go to court or anything. She was told that the law's on my side. Me and my mother are both over 18 and the contract is legally binding. She can either pay me the $300, or I can take her to court over refusing to pay an employee. I got the $300, but we didn't speak for over a year. My dad and Nana laughed with me when I told them. Moral of the story: always read the contract before signing it.
Wow, OP, I thought holidays with my family were brutal. But yours takes the cake. Anyways, that's our show today, folks. You really have been a lovely audience. Give yourself a round of applause. So if you liked today's show, make sure to hit that like button and share this with all your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to see more great content. We also have a Twitter and Facebook page you can check out to see what we'll be up to next. Once again, let's give it up for our OP of the night, Cyber Orbit. This has been r/stories, featuring the story you don't need to stick to a contract because you're my mother. Good luck with that. From the subreddit r/MaliciousCompliance. As always, I'll leave a link to the original story down below. And I've been your host tonight, Adam from Automation Hangout. You're all beautiful and I love you. Good night. That's all, folks.